Meow. Okay. Alright. Yes. Alright, we're good. We're in there.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to iFix Retro. It's another exciting episode of iFix Retro here. Yay! Yes. Anyways, we got our boy Helgen here. Chilling and stuff like that. We're gonna be.
I meant to do a peace sign, but I gave too many.
It's all good. So basically today we're gonna be modding a GameCube. We're gonna do a couple of things. Region mod it to HDMI. I mean, region modded with the XenoGC, so you can play region-free games, you can play any games, imports and such, and then you can also play, we're going to be doing an HDMI RGB install with the GC Dual from Citrus 3000 PSI. That's going to be pretty awesome. So today I got this awesome GameCube from one of my customers. She brought in a, it's a Japanese Spice Orange GameCube with an orange Game Boy player. Ooh, that is exciting. But yeah, it's a different color than what it normally is, I suppose. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that today. The first thing we're gonna do is just do the XenoGC install first. So let's get this started. Set this up. Cool. So yeah, let's get this started already. Where's my tools at? All right.
Oh my god, this game is a...
Let me just fix up this webcam a bit. Are we gonna try to get that Shadow Man game running?
It's running, but there's always some screen problems with these old games.
What up, Peltz? How's it going? Get started. Alright. There you go. Cool. So yeah, we're gonna start just modding this today. Whatnot. Let's get this out of the way. Start by opening, screwing this bottom part here, the Game Boy player, which is pretty cool. I've never seen a Spice Orange Game Boy player before. It's pretty neat. Generally, I see them in like silver or black and whatnot.
It's summer.
It's summer, man. Yeah. I see. I guess nothing exciting happening at work today. Alright, let's get this over here. Let's start unscrewing this part here. Hey Vanessa, how's it going? You know, time flies by when you're actually doing something. When you're not doing something, you're just watching the clock tick, and it's crazy, man. So yeah, we're just gonna take apart this little orange GameCube Game Boy player here, and we're gonna start opening these guys up from this point on. Let's put this over here. At this point, like the camera here doesn't show the GameCube as a cube. It's more of a rectangle. Game tangle right now. Oh, nice. Yes. Happy birthday. Thank you for letting me do this, I guess. Thanks for letting me mod your system. So I'll get this started up for you. so you can see what's up. Let's see. I'm gonna use a special one here. Alright, so there's a couple of things we have to get through. First thing first, we have to disassemble this. There's like about 10,000 screws in here, literally. Hold on, let me just find my tools. There you go. So start by unscrewing all this stuff here. Nice. I'm excited. I want to do like this other project on stream too, like convert that. One of my customers, she brought like a. You ever hear of the Sidewinder joystick?
Oh my god.
Yeah, she has a old school Sidewinder joystick that like works on it. It has like those parallel ports and everything. And she wants me to like convert. I'm gonna like convert it to USB eventually one day for Mech Warriors.
Oh hell yeah! That's kind of what that shit was meant for. Or basically any mech game.
Yeah, or Descent as well.
Yeah.
Descent, the first person. What is it? First person shooter. The plane shooter. So. I have to look that up though too. That's pretty cool though. Like one of my clients, she's she's pretty badass. She like plays all these old school stuff, and I was like, oh shit, you rock with all this shit. She was like, yeah.
Like I'm playing right now.
Yeah.
Old school PC gaming, man. You know why? Because a lot of people couldn't afford those shits back in the day.
Yeah, seriously.
All the good games were on PC.
Yeah. I mean, you had it on shareware and all that stuff.
We just prayed for a port of a fucking game.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
he's playing Shadow Man right now. Alright. So we got the thing unscrewed. Just lift up this little part over here, top cover, and then from there we got a bunch of other screws we need to access. First thing first, you can just pop off this little tab here, this control port here. You just lift there's a little tab ribbon cable here. You just pop it right off at this point. So right there. And then there's a bunch of screws you need to unscrew. First thing first, power supply here. Just unplug this little piece here. Just unplug this and then unscrew all these over here. Two screws over here, just unscrew it. And then from here, just pop open this little part. We're going to be using this later, so. Once you take the screws off, you can just remove this part here easily. And then just untangle this little power cable here. Now unscrew these parts. We got a bigger screw for it. Is there a fan in here? Or?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little bit hot. The Descent's an awesome game. Like a lot of the first-person shooters back then. You had Hexen, you had Quake, Marathon. What is it? You had Chex Mix, the game too.
The Chex Quest.
Chex Quest, yes. I was like, I was a dickhead back then when I was a kid. Like when I heard that game came out, I went to like the supermarket and just opened up the cereal box and just get the CD in there.
It's vaporware now. You can just get it.
Yeah.
Back. Mess with it right now.
Right.
Maybe it depends.
Catacombs as well. There's also Duke Nukem, of course. Duke Nukem is one of the also series. Shadow Warriors. What else? Shadow Warriors is one of my favorites, I guess.
You know what was slept on? Power Slave.
Power Slave. Yeah, I heard about that. That's the one you're in Egypt.
It's based on it's in Egypt.
You're in Egypt. You're in Egypt. Right. I played a lot of those games back then, man. Like, it's pretty cool. Return of the Triads.
Oh, yeah, that was
Rise of the
Triads, Return of the Triads. They did a remake too. That game is insane.
Legit?
Yeah.
the
31. It feels like Quake, man.
Reddick's
like the prequel for Hexen.
Yeah.
So.
See, she knows
her shit though. I respect that. Like, this is her GameCube I'm working on, but like, yeah.
I
respect that. So.
Good shit.
Good shit. It's a lot of the old school games.
I mean,
that's when actually, you know, when first-person shooters were just like was actually single player games instead of like, you know, having all that fun stuff. Another one of my favorite is Blood. Blood is one of my favorite games, favorite shooters of all time.
What was that one?
Blood.
What is that?
Blood. It's a you're basically this guy named Caleb, and you're like, you know, you kill all these zombies and stuff like that, and these cult people who got like Tommy guns and stuff like that. It's a pretty fun game. You should check it out though. Basically, there's like demons and stuff like that. It's like one of those. It looks like Highlander, but it's not really Highlander. It's this guy with a Tommy gun, and he's got like this weapon where you can use like a WD-40 and a Zippo lighter, and like these guys with fire and stuff like that. Basically, he's out for revenge to see, you know, who killed his girl and stuff like that. So.
You ever fuck with Serious Sam?
Yeah, Serious Sam's another one. I love the first part of the intro, like the first part of the game when like the first level when he was doing that whole Indiana Jones thing.
As soon as that game starts, it's hard.
Yeah.
You could die like on the first part with FPS experience.
So yeah. I don't think I played Dark Forces. Yeah, I played Dark Forces. Yeah, that's the Star Wars one.
Star Wars,
yeah.
It's one of those KOTOR shit, Knights of the Old Republic type of style games.
Yes. Alright, anyways, we got all this unscrewed, and then we're just gonna pop this open. You can just pop this open easily, now that the screws have been removed.
Yeah,
that was a real Star Wars. Back then you could hear like phases and all that stuff.
You could do everything that you're supposed to do in a Star Wars game. At least. Every other game sucked.
Aliens is another one.
Oh,
yeah, Aliens.
Don't sleep on them aliens. Alien Gonzalez. This dude is still alive.
Alright, so now that we got this removed, we're going to be working on this part for now. We'll be focusing on this part later on. This will be the HDMI mod here. So, we only need the disk drive for this XenoGC part. So, allows you to play imports and such. Remove all the screws here. So there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 screws here to remove. I want to keep one of these screws on the side because I'm going to salvage one of them for the XenoGC installation. So you know how you guys see, there's a bunch of HDMI options out there for the GameCube. There's the Eon, there's GC Dual, there's a bunch of other HDMI options where you can just use the external option. But I'd rather use this one from that one from Citrus PSI, because he has it not only has the HDMI but it also has RGB. So like if you want to play your Game Boy games, it'll be pretty godlike on it. So right now here we have here is a Japanese GameCube. I'm gonna enable it to play US games. This is the chip that we'll be using today. It's a XenoGC chip. See, this one isn't scratched out. Remember the last time when I did the install for this? It was scratched out.
Oh yeah, that shit was grinded.
Yeah. Like I got a bad chip while I was doing the last install. So.
That looks about proper.
Yeah.
It's got wide ass like openings too.
Yep. So this is a pretty fairly simple mod. It's only 6 points you need to wire up. There's two ways you could do it. You could either do the option where you could just dip it in, like just let it sit there like this, like just have it like that, or you could just get some wires and just install it through the wires and just route it through the signal points. So. Let's get it's working. I'm gonna bring my GameCube controller today, which is fine. Let me get some Kaido wires.
Can you use the classic controller on it or no?
No.
Oh no, I'm at the. Oh yeah, that's the opposite of words.
Yeah. You could use if you have a Game Boy player, you could actually enable it to use you can wire it up to use a Super Nintendo controller and such. Yeah, just like stuff like that. I mean, they had Nintendo had the option of using Super Nintendo controllers natively because it had the points for it. Let me see. XenoGC. I'm gonna provide you guys a link for the XenoGC install, so you guys know where to focus on. Or the Ori D. Yeah, the Ori D controller is hard to find, honestly. I had one of those, but they're gone now. I can't believe the prices went up on those things too. Those things were amazing. So. Alright, so that is the link that you guys can look for. Let me just put this.
Apparently this game only crashes if you put it in a high resolution.
That's interesting.
It still looks good at 1280. I mean, it is a whole game.
Yeah.
You can't even tell the difference. Oh, never mind. Yo, as soon as I said that, son of a bitch!
Son, you should have knocked down wood on that.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Let me see if I change it.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, a lot of people do want to play Game Boy Advance games on the GameCube. I mean, that thing has gone up so much. Like, I bought the thing for like $20 and it's gone up to like $150 for it. I can't afford that anymore. So. Alright, so basically what we're gonna do is just have this over here. Just install this little screw over here first. Screw this in so we can mount it down so it won't go anywhere at this point. Alright, let's start this off. So basically with the points I just sent you, those are what we need to work on. It's only 6 points. This one is fairly simple. So let's begin by prepping up the points. So we gotta focus it right over here. This would be the power right over here. Whoops, don't want anything bridged. This would be point D. Underneath over here. Ground is right over here. Now we got a point C. Yep. Point C. Point B. And point A. So right here we have power, point D. That's ground right over here. This is point C, point B, and point A. So what we do is we're gonna just route these over there. I'd rather not use the the dipping method because it's harder to reverse engineer, because if you need to remove it, you have a chance of ripping out the pads. So I would not risk doing that. I don't want to risk doing that. So.
I think
I like the fact that it has you know, it's orange. It's cool though. It's really cool. It has a you know, Game Boy player like that. You know, Woozle made this new HDMI thing. A lot of people have been catching on to it as well. It's a let's see. It's a HDMI modded Game Boy Advance. If you don't have a Game Boy player for it, you can also use that. So we'll begin by just prepping up these points. Just add some solder on it. And then from here, we're just gonna tin these guys here. Actually, let's cut about 6 of these guys here. Two, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, we got 6 of these Kino wires here. So this is point B. Wire this up here first. So we have ground wired here. And from here we just get power. Power right over there. Point D. Okay, that's D. And then we got point B right over here. Shorten this cable over here. It's a little wire. Yeah, the GameCube has a lot, you know, has that extra RGB feature, which is always awesome. I'm excited for that. I like the fact that you have an orange GameCube player, the GBA player. I don't see a lot of those. Those things are really rare, too. Like I usually see them in black. I own a black one personally as well. Let's shorten this guy a bit, just a wee bit. I like to keep my wires nice and short.
There you go. I think it was too loud on the hand cam. Alright, so we got that over here. Shorten this here a bit. There, we got this down. Point A. here, and then we'll just wire this up to point A. Just gotta wire this to point A. Yep. Let's shorten this as well. You ever notice like you ever notice like the when Nintendo ever releases like a system, they always get like the cool colors out in Japan, but like never in the US. Like we always get like the generic version. For example, like the 3DS. I remember when they had the new 3DS come out with the cool looking buttons and the customizable faceplates. I wanted one of those, but they were only limited in Japan at first. But the US they only got like the XL version, and I was like, what the hell? Why don't we get like something like that? So like later on, they probably saw like the reception that people wanted it. Like we don't, the US doesn't really get any of the cool colors though, which is kind of crazy though. Alright. Like even with the Super Famicom, you get all those red, green, blue, yellow colors. But we get stuck with like a purple and gray. It's crazy how like the design is different as well. We got one more point over here. Yeah, basically. I wanted the colors on it, but we always get stuck with the generic version for some reason. Even like the toaster, the Nintendo toaster as well. Like they when the NES system came out, we got a freaking toaster. Then rather than the whole Famicom system itself. The Famicom family computer system was pretty cool. So we got this over here. Oh, too blurry. There you go. Might have to lower this down a notch. This here would be point C. Okay. Next one up is the power cable, power line, which is right over here. that. Next one up is point D. Oh yeah, Satellaview. Right, that was like a special cable thing for the Super Famicom. That was like some what is it? They used like some sort of satellite hardware or something for the Super Nintendo, I believe. So. Alright, last but not least, we have one more wire to go on this. It's the ground wire. We just need to work on. Oh, you know there is something similar to that now in Japan. It's called Nesica, where the games are uploaded through a server. Which is pretty interesting. I like that sort of concept though, but it never took off, unfortunately. But the Nesica system is, they have it out in Japan for the arcades and such, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we have this over here. Alright. So guys, I think we have everything here wired up. This is the complete mod for the XenoGC. That's all we have to do here. So this is all completed at this point. I just want to double check if everything's fine. Okay, everything here is all good at this point. Star Fox, yeah, Star Fox 2 never came out, period, during that time. It's kind of a shame, but, you know, they finally re-released it during the mini. Yeah, so this is all done at the moment. We have this, all done for now. Just gonna adjust the ohms on this. But yeah, this is all done for now. So this is the XenoGC mod. Whoops. It's all it is, 6 wires to it. And then once we're done, we just pop it back onto the system. Like so. Well, I'll close it up first before we do anything else.